Hello, thanks for coming to spend some time with me again today. We're still looking at the theme of feeling disconnected, and this week I've done an oracle board spread just to ask for messages from the universe. What do we need to know? What's helpful for us to keep in mind if we're feeling disconnected? I've chosen 5 cards from 5 different decks. They're all listed below. So we'll make a start. The first thing I'd say, okay, Page of Pentacles. Well, Pentacles is all about things that are very tangible that you can hold on to. So I feel as though, in terms of thinking of disconnection, then this is about your body, first of all, which is very tangible. So your body reconnecting. So finding ways to reconnect with your body, whether that's grounding, doing grounding exercises, coming into your senses more, walking in nature more, feeling the movement of your body, feeling your breath, becoming more aware of your senses, what you can hear, what you can see, what you're touching, and so on. I think that's one way of starting to reconnect in very small ways, even if you're just becoming more consciously aware a few minutes a day of reconnecting with your body and senses. But the other thing is this is a sort of young energy, the page. So it's starting out with small steps towards reconnection. And that might also be actually thinking about projects, activities that you used to like before you became disconnected, and finding ways to start in small ways again, to start reconnecting with, people or activities or projects or your own creativity. This card is in nature, so I think nature maybe is calling you, potentially. You can see the trees around. This, I think, is also about finding balance. She's there standing on one foot, balanced on the ground, but also, surrounded with the clouds, the sky behind her. So there's that sense of being present, connected at the level of your heart and your head, whilst also being grounded physically. So, you may have ideas and plans and projects. You can keep those alive. Don't mute them. Don't feel, reconnect with them, rather, let's say. Reconnect with those ideas that are floating in your mind, and start bringing them into reality by bringing them in, by grounding them, bringing them into reality. So that's the Page of Pentacles. Now let's see, next is Seraphim's Gateway. Now, I've got the books for these because I don't know all of these off by heart, but I'll just paraphrase the message. This is about, the keywords are voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. So the card is saying that you're receiving the light of the seraphim, and they're singing your name in the heavens to unlock the power of your voice. So I think this is also about, if you have been feeling muted, about starting to step forward, but using your voice as well. So if, for example, you've been feeling disconnected because you've been putting yourself second and other people first, meeting the needs of others, and this is about using your voice now and putting your needs first and stepping forwards, so that you can begin to reconnect with yourself. This is talking about angelic attunement as well. So I think there's something about the forces of light, let's say, holding you and wanting to attune with you and to give you divine support. So you are safe, you're being held by the presence of love. The message in the book also talks about the fact that you care about the welfare of the planet and all of her beings, and you want to make a difference in the world. You want to let your light shine in the world and around you. And so again, you know, this is talking, I think, about how connecting with your feet on the ground and your head in the clouds, so sort of reaching up to the light while connecting with the earth, can help to attune you more fully and help you step into yourself more fully, so that as you reconnect, you're able to shine more of your own light in the world around us. And we do really need as many people as possible stepping into their own light at the moment. Okay, the next card is from my deck, Sea Wisdom for Everyday Life, and it's Cliff Top. Strength, pause, and seeing clearly. So this talks about the strength of the cliff, the stillness of it. You know, those heavy rocks are still. The wide perspective from the top of the cliff top, so it's a powerful place to climb up to and to pause. And this is talking about, you know, stepping back to get out of the muddle, get out of your mind, get into your body so that you feel grounded and still. And when you're feeling grounded and still, then up at that vantage point at the top of the cliff, you can start to see more clearly. So obviously this is all sort of, you know, I'm not saying go to find a cliff to walk up, but, you know, step back to take a vantage point, a higher point of view over your life, and over what's happening for you at the moment, so that you can look at ways to reconnect with yourself, reflect a little bit on what's led you here, and ways to reconnect again. And it might be that there are changes to be made in aspects of your life. Next week we will look a little bit more in depth at that, you know, different aspects of your life and how they can be affected by disconnection. And it might be that, you know, you start to think more clearly about how to bring about change in one part of your life. So step back from the muddle and the busyness, essentially. Okay. The next card is from the wild Kuan, and it is the hand gentles, her hand gentles the war. So no matter how much chaos there seems to be in your world, trust it. It is just what is necessary to move you into the right place at the right time for what is meant to be in your future. To me, this links to this. When it's no longer needed, her hand shall gentle and end the war. Okay, so this says to me that, you know, the feeling of disconnection is here in the right way at the moment to cause enough discomfort, let's say, to cause you to take action and to take a step in the right direction towards reconnecting with yourself in the right way, in a way that makes more sense, in a way that advances you in your life, that feels richer, fuller, more wholesome. And this is maybe a new way of seeing reconnection. I mean, it's making me think, to be honest, of when, you know, I've had times in my life when I've been really sort of what I thought was very connected and engaged and fully engrossed in life, but was actually heading towards burnout because I wasn't listening to myself. I wasn't really listening to my body and my thoughts, and I wasn't creating space for myself. So I had to go through a more difficult, uncomfortable phase and illness and all of that to come back to starting again with a new energy, a new way of reconnecting, of attuning with ground, with the earth and with spirit, and taking a step back to see the whole picture from the cliff top, in order to come back to a place of readiness where I was reconnecting in a more wholesome way. So this kind of journey does connect with me, it does resonate for me. I hope it does for you as well, in whichever way. Okay, the last card here is from Angels and Ancestors Oracle, and it's Hermit, Retreat and Recharge. So I guess this is kind of probably fairly self-explanatory just in the title, but it is about taking time to rest and to recuperate, to continue your growth. Okay, so this is actually carrying on from this and this. This is, I think, a kind of progression, not just of reconnection, but reconnecting with, behind it or underneath it, the sense of personal growth and expansion, personal expansion. And benefit from the information, it says, that will come from your heart space. So, if you've been going through a phase where you've been giving a lot of energy to others, you've been feeling drained, you've been disconnecting for whichever reason, the number of reasons we can disconnect as we looked at last week, then this is about rest and recharge, but also sort of meditating on the fuller picture of what's been happening for you and how you've come to this place, so that you can more consciously and with more self-awareness put forward more meaningful and deeper ways of consciously reconnecting in your life, knowing that that's going to bring you to a more peaceful place, which ends the war, a more peaceful place of growth and development. So that's it. That's my oracle board for feeling disconnected. I hope that the overall message, or either any one of the cards, has brought you something helpful today, and I will see you next time with more on this theme of feeling disconnected. Take care. Bye.